Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you didn't know, I used to have a YouTube channel, I think 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. But I'm back. And today I have one very dear topic to my heart, and I want to talk about it. So, the title of this video will probably be how I got into astrology or why I love astrology or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So it all starts in 1998 in a small village or town, I don't know, in Croatia called Beli Manastir, where I spent the first 5 years of my life. I was born in Serbia, but we literally went back to Croatia a month after I was born. So I kind of grew up in Croatia for the first part of my life. Somebody wants to say hi. You want to say hi? You want to say why you love astrology? You love to chase birds. Okay. My apologies for that distraction because of my cat. Buvislave, ne može. Where were we? I'm so sorry, my cat distracted me. So, we are in 1998, Croatia, a small town called Beli Manastir, and I am a 1-month-old baby. You have my grandma, who was a physics and math teacher, and she is the one who had this wonderful idea to call her friend, who was an astrologer, to do my birth chart. And this is so interesting and mind-blowing to me still to this day, because if you know anything about the Balkans and about the culture, especially at that time, 1998 in, Croatia, in a small town, nobody was into astrology. Astrology was like, oof, witchcraft, or, it was a very frowned upon topic. Nobody was open to learn anything about it, but my grandma wasn't like that. My grandma was an Aquarius and she was ahead of her time. And she obviously had some reasons why she, invited her friend to do my birth chart. So the point is, I don't know who that woman is. I think I can find out somehow, but maybe it's better not to know. That woman, that astrologer who did my birth chart in 1998 in a small town of Croatia, got 90% of my life completely correct. I wasn't following her storyline at all, but somehow my life unfolded exactly the way she predicted it would. I've noticed that to be true, especially when I moved abroad, when I moved from Serbia to UAE, to Dubai specifically. She said, when I was literally a 1-month-old baby, she said, she will never live in her home country. As soon as she gets the chance, she will fly somewhere, fly away, and her whole life, once I move abroad, my life will continue to, evolve abroad. And I might, of course, come back to visit family, friends, and stuff like that, but I will never come back to live in my home country. She said so many things, but this is the one that struck me the most, because I had this, I can't say it's like an epiphany, but it was like a gut feeling when you go to a certain place, when you visit a certain city or country or whatever, when you move somewhere especially, and if you get that feeling that's it. I'm staying here, or I'm evolving from here further on. I'm not going back. That's exactly what I had when I came to Dubai. And it wasn't like a super easy story at all from the start, don't get me wrong. But still, even though with all of these obstacles and bad situations that have happened, I still never had an urge to go back, which was very strange, because some people who experienced things that I experienced here would probably catch a first flight and go back home. It blows my mind still to this day. And I cannot, I mean, now when I study astrology, when I understand how the birth chart works and how she got that information, now I understand it. I think astrology is such an amazing tool to have if you want to have like a map that will not predict fully your life, because I strongly believe that we are all creators of our own lives and we determine what happens and nobody else, not even astrology if we don't want to. But astrology is, to me, how I see it, it's like a map, usually your soul's map, that is there for you to use it to your benefit or ignore it completely and then have maybe some obstacles in life that you could have avoided if you used astrology to help you navigate your life situations better. It's older than most religions, let's just put it out there. I like to use it as like my personal map that helps me but doesn't push me to do what the map says, but it's just there. It's just there. It lets you live your own life. It lets you make decisions for yourself. It's not something that you need to follow word by word and do exactly as it says. No, of course not. It's there to give you the blueprint. It's like a cheat code. It's something that is so advanced, and it's funny when I say advanced because astrology, again, it's so old. It's one of the oldest sciences or pseudosciences or however you want to call it in this world. And because it's so taboo and it's so weird to talk about it, people think that it's, it's something like woo-woo or related to magic. I mean, if you ask me, I actually do believe in some type of magic. We can talk about it in some other video. Astrology is here to help us, not to scare us, not to tell us what to do exactly and how, and you have free will. Everybody has free will. It's diabolical to think that we have to follow a birth chart specifically to every single minute of the day. That's impossible. Nobody can do that. Nobody can look at their birth chart then you wouldn't live. You would just be looking at your birth chart the whole time. Sometimes when I'm stuck in life and when I don't know what decision to make and when life is just a bit blurry and unclear, I like to think back to that moment when, to the stories I've heard. Of course, I don't remember. I was one month old, but I like to think back to that moment where astrologer was doing my birth chart and how if she could see those things when I was a baby, and if I can relate to so many things she said, there must be something that is already in us. Call it a gut feeling, call it intuition, call it whatever you want. I also call it those things. But there must be some path that we already know that we should follow. Not that we have to, not that it's like our obligation and if we don't, something bad will happen. No, but it's just that inner knowing that you are here for a reason and there is a path that suits you the best. And there's a path that will make you the happiest and that will make your soul happy to exist. That was my story about how I got into astrology and who was the founder of my love for astrology. And yeah, I hope you like the story. And if you're interested, I can make more of these because, my life is full of stories. Literally full of stories. There might be a lot more videos like this. If you're interested, let me know. Bye.